Hello everyone, welcome to DC Minds. In this video, we are going to learn about C++ 11 way of initializing a variable or array or STL containers. So before understanding initialization in C++11, let's see some of the problem uh, with C++3 initialization. Okay. So if you see here XYZ is a class and it has a member called data which is an array. So here in C++3 we don't have a proper way to initialize this array. Similarly, if you have an array that is declared dynamically, so in this case also we don't have a proper way to initialize this array. And what do I mean by proper way? We'll see it later. Okay. Similarly, if you have a vector that is a stale container, and if you want to add some data to this vector, there is no easy way to add some data. All you have to do is just push back. You can use the pushback function of this vector and you can add the data. So in this way, how many data you want, you have to push back that many time. So if you see, these initializations are little kind of mess. So you can conclude saying that C++3 initialization is a mess. So let's see how C++11 initialization is easy. So in C++11 we have a initialization called brace initialization. So what do I mean by this is you will use brace to initialize the variable. So in this case, a will be assigned to 0, name will be assigned to dcminds, and this string again will have the value dcminds because it will be assigned to this name. Same way in this case, what will happen? Copy constructor will be called. Same and now you can see this vector is initialized directly. Whatever the value you want, you can directly initialize. Instead of using pushback, you can directly give the value in braces. So in this case, if you see here, map is initialized directly using braces. So this, if you see, this initialization is easy. Instead of using a pushback in case of vector, you can directly give the value. Same way, if you want to initialize directly the dynamically allocated memory, you can directly give the value at the time of allocating the memory in brace. Same way, if you have some member class and you have an array, so in this case you just give the constructor name, then colon and the data member, and just give the value that you want to assign. So if you see, this initialization in C++ is easier than the initialization in C++3 that we saw. Now let's see some other initialization. So here default initialization means if we don't give any value, by default some value will be initialized. So let's see how. So in case of integer, this x will be initialized to 0. So this pointer will be initialized to null pointer. And what is this null pointer? We'll see it later videos. And in this case, if you see, days will be assigned to 0, 0.0 because days is of type double. Same way here, the string will be initialized to null characters. This is nothing but null character. Same way as here, if you declare a string like this, just string str1. So here also it will act as this string str braces will act as this declaration. Same way here, if you declare an array dynamically, so and you'll give empty braces. In this case, all character will be initialized to null character. So you can say that if you give just empty braces, that means value has to be initialized to a default value. Okay. So now let's see some class member initialization. So in C++11 you can directly assign a value to a variable in class itself. Instead of providing value in the initializer list, will just give in the class itself. So this is called member initialization. So whenever you create a object of this class, each instance of this class will be having value 7 for this x variable. Okay, same way if you have an array, so in this case if you can directly initialize this array in C++11 like this. So if you create an object of this class, for this array, for every instance, there will be this value assigned. Okay, so next is, if you see this example, in this case you can assign a value to variable in various way. You can use parentheses, as you see here. Either you can use assignment operator or curly braces. So these are the various way you can initialize class member in C++11. So if you see this code will look similar to this code. So this code can be rewritten as this. Just declare the variable here and assign the value using member initializer. This is called member initializer. Okay, so give the constructor name and the colon and then the variable names and the value. So what will happen, regardless of type of initialization you use, either use parenthesis initialization or assignment operator initialization or brace initialization, for each of these initialization, the C++ compiler will create a member initialization. That is nothing but this is called member initializer. So for each initialization, a member initialization will be created. Okay, so same way here, if you have a variable and it is assigned a value, some value, and you have constructor, that is default constructor, and you have another constructor, parameterized constructor. So in this case, if you create an object without passing a parameter, at that time what will happen, the default constructor will be called, and then in this case what will happen, each instance that is created using default constructor, the value of this x variable will be 7. But what will happen if you pass some value to this constructor, basically parameterized constructor, if you create an object using parameterized constructor, will happen is whatever the value you will pass, that value will get assigned to this value x. So in this case the x will be 5 and in this case x will be 7. So you can say that if data member class member initializer is there and then there is a constructor with parameter, in that case the constructor with parameter will have higher precedence. Okay, so now same way you can all you can initialize the vector, basically vector or any container like vector, map, dq in the using the brace like this. So this is how you can initialize C++ in C++11, and it is proper way, basically easier to initialize this way vector. Okay, so thanks for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and hit the like button. If you have any query, please comment it and check out my other video to understand other C++11 concept.